Today we have one interesting question under statistics. So this question that we have reads to say, show the 5-number summary and the box plot for the following data. So what you do for you to show the 5-number summary, remember we had another video which described how we would show the 5-number summary. So the first thing that you do, you rearrange the numbers that you have given in a certain order, and that is an ascending order, starting from the smallest to the largest. So if you were to rearrange these numbers in the order of ascending, we'll have 5, 6, 8, 10, 10, 12, 15, 16, together with 18. So these are the numbers that we have if we were to rearrange these numbers in order. Remember, for us to come up with a 5-number summary, you need to have the smallest, the first quartile, the median, the third quartile, and the largest. So we will go first with the smallest and the largest because they are the easy to identify. Then remember, we said we find now the first and the third quartile, or you can even find the median, there is no problem. So for you to find the median, you start grouping these numbers in an equal order. So 5, 18, 6, 16, 8, 15, 10, 12. So we have a number which has remained in the middle there called the median. Then we have it here to be called the first quartile and here to be called the third quartile. So for you to get the first quartile, what you do, remember this is the set that is making the first quartile. So what you do is you also group these. So you start 5, 10, 6, and 8. So you need to not say the first quartile is there. So for you to get the first quartile, you will add 6 plus 8. You get the value to be 14 divided by 2, you get the value to be 7. So 7 is your first quartile. And for you to get the value of the third quartile, what you do is, remember, you also group 18, 12, 15, 16. So the third quartile is in between there. So for you now to be able to come up with a conclusive third quartile, you will add 15 plus 16, you get the value to be 31 divided by 2, you get the value to be 15.5. So this is the 5-number summary that we have come up with. So having come up with the 5-number summary, what you do now is you will use this particular data to draw the box plot. So we'll get our ruler, we'll draw a straight line. Then what we will do is we will make sure we just group these in groups of 5 according to what you feel, but this is just an illustration. You can we can group these in groups of 5. We can say 5, 10, 15 to 20. So we have 5, 10, 15 to 20. So always when you are dealing with what is referred to as the box plot, you always start by plotting from the first quartile ending on the third quartile. So one thing you should realize to say that the values within the box plot, they only contain 50% of the data that you have been given. And the whiskers, they contain 25, and the other side, it contains 25. So what we usually do here, so let us estimate our 7 to be there. Remember, 7 is the first quartile. So our box plot will start from here and it will end on 15.5. Let's assume 15.5, it is somewhere there. Then from here now we will draw a straight line joining the two for us to form what is referred to as the box plot. So having formed the box plot, you always have the line on the middle of the box plot which is referred to as the median. And the median in this case is on number 10. So we draw a line there. So this is where the median is. So having drawn a line on 10, we now need to draw the whiskers. We should understand that for us to draw the whiskers are always 1.5 long of the interquartile range, where for you to find what is referred to as the interquartile, you need to understand to say you have what is referred to as the third quartile and the first quartile. So you will subtract the first quartile from the third quartile, and you realize to say that the third quartile is 15.5 and the first quartile is 7, of which when you were to subtract 15.5 minus 7, you get the value to be 8.5. Then, having done what we have done, we will now replace on the interquartile range with 8.5 for us to get the value of how long the whiskers will be. So 1.5 multiplied by 8.5, we get the value to be 12.75. So 12.75 is how long the whiskers will be. Then, having now known how long the whiskers will be, remember, for we said here to there is 5, and you know to say that the value from here to there cannot be 5. So we will just make sure to say it ends there. Why? Because the reason why we have put on 20, even if we want, let us not even put even on 20, because our data never reached on 20. Let's assume 18 is somewhere here. So let us just end on 18. Let us not reach on 20. So having assumed that 18 is there, so this is how long the whiskers will be. Remember, even though this is how long, this is not 12.75. 12.75 would have been ongoing this side, but we will just end there because this is where our set of data ends. Then even this side, we'll just make sure to say this is where the whiskers will also be, though in actual sense we know to say this is not 12.75 because 12.7 would be going there. But there are times whereby you need to know where the outliers lie. So the outliers, these are simply the data values that are outside the limits. So these are called the limits. So if maybe you had another set of data of which you know maybe the whiskers ended there, but the data was, let's say we had a 2 here and the whiskers ended there, which means the distance from here to there are what are called the outliers. Why? Because we still have another set of data, though we have already drawn our box and whiskers. So this is how we draw our box plot. Your host, Golden Zulu.